People have asked me a lot of questions about voodoo doctors. Question number one, do they exist? Well, yes, they most definitely do. But just like the police or a lawyer or painters, there are good ones and there are skilled ones, and then there are bad ones and stupid ones, unskilled ones, power trippers. So they run the gambit just like any other profession or type of people. Can they really heal people? Yes, often, but not every time. They can heal amazing things that normal medical doctors currently cannot and are completely surprised by. But they cannot heal everything. I'm sorry. Question number three. Do they have powers that people say they do? Well, people say they have a lot of different powers, so the answer is kind of yes and no. Different voodoo doctors also have different abilities. Question number four. Can a voodoo doctor really make a zombie? And yeah, actually, some of them can make human zombies, but it's a very rare ability. It does take some knowledge of chemistry and some knowledge of biology and a lot of magical energy. And zombies do not act like TV zombies. They're more like stupid, dirty idiots, and they tend to fall apart pretty quickly. I'm sorry to disappoint, but zombies do not really last as long as zombies. And since they're so much work to make, it's really only something that is done in order to scare people. And if a person died a natural death, then it's very, very unlikely that the voodoo doctor can make them into a zombie. Voodoo doctors can normally only make zombies under very, very specific conditions, and they usually have to kill the person themselves in order to do it. Can I, Frank, make a zombie? Well, I don't know. I know how, but I'm not about to test that knowledge. Yuck. I prefer more positive aspects of magic. Here are some general information about magical healing, voodoo and not. Magical healing basically boils down to healing using energies, and it's the same thing that is done with acupuncture. Acupuncture used to be considered magic and a type of magical healing at one time. And if you have allergies, then NATE is probably the best and most scientifically proven energy healing technique out there. If you have allergies, look up NATE on the internet. You'll be amazed. Now, different groups of people using different types of magic over the centuries have tended to figure out how to cure different ailments. I've seen voodoo work particularly well for problems that involve a lack of blood circulation. There are a lot of different types of magical healing, and they almost all use the movement of energy in and through the body in one form or another. Some call upon outside forces like nature or natural spirits, ancestral spirits. That's fairly common in, well, different religions and types. Saints. This is almost like a Catholic form of magic. Or the Lao. That's, of course, the main area in voodoo. And they call on the spirits for help in healing. In fact, one of the voodoo spells in the course does call on the Loa and is really an amazingly powerful spell. But okay, and sometimes they just focus on the body's own energies and aligning them. And these techniques where they focus on the body's own energies have tended to be better accepted in modern times, and doctors have been more willing to look at them than at techniques that bring in a spirit from the outside. NATE and acupuncture are actually samples of just moving the body's own energies, and that's why they've gotten examined and been as well proven as they have. There are thousands of documented cases of magical healing, but there are also many cases of faith in magic gone wrong and causing problems, even death. So, when it comes to magical healing, make sure the healer is not poisoning you, and use the magic in addition to whatever you're doing now. There are techniques that can make you feel better but actually be making you sicker, that have been abused in the past, and you don't want that to happen. Another thing is, if your magical healer tells you to stop doing something that's working now, like taking a drug or going to a doctor. When it comes to faith, that doesn't mean anything. It's like, if you don't go to a doctor, it doesn't mean that you actually have more faith in the healer. That's actually just them power tripping and will not help you more. In fact, if you go to the healer, or say you go to a voodoo doctor and you're scared that it's not going to work, they tell you not to go to your regular doctor, and so you're even more scared. Your magical energies will get more tangled up and you have less chance of being healed. So if you stick with whatever you're doing now and add a type of magical healing to it, your chance for the magical healing actually goes up, as well as the fact that if the practitioner of the magical healing is not good, then you're not losing out on what you're doing and causing yourself problems there. So when it comes to getting into magical healing, I mean, when you're messed up and you need to, you get desperate, I can understand the need to try anything. Just think about it as you go into it. If you found this information at all helpful or interesting, please click the like button on the Facebook like below this video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the question or in comment section. I would love to see them. I do look at those and try to answer as many as I can. And if you found this information interesting and you would like to receive more advanced information of this type and along this subject, then please put your email in on the left.